Greetings, 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 Soras, Philos, friends, Roas, Rosebuds, Sigma Gents, all of you all that are out there watching. We are back for another edition of Captivating Conversations. Thank you so much for joining us once again. My name is Sora Lauren T. Bates, and I am your host, life member number 1704, Centennial Antibacillus of the Zeta Zeta Sigma chapter in Ann Arbor, Michigan. I am so glad to have you with us today. Now, here we are in the month of February, so it is Black History Month. Welcome to our month. Every month is our month as Black people. I'm just claiming it. But welcome to the official Black History Month. And today we have our scholarship chair, Sora Francis Lennix. Let me just give you a little bit of her bio. She is currently in Delta Sigma chapter, which is in Chicago, Illinois. If you don't know, how could you not? Because Delta chapter, you know, their old chapter, and they have a lot of people, and I'm here for it. She was inducted on April 17th, 1991 in the Delta Kappa chapter. She is a solo. That means she did it by herself, and she is still rocking it out all of these years later. She's an entrepreneur. She is a notary. She prepares taxes. She hosts events online, classes about home gardening and genealogy. She is also a life member number 711, a Ruby, and she is working on that cultural pearl status. Aren't we all? I'm just saying, because that's what we want to be. Hello, welcome, Sora Francis Lennix, to Captivating Conversations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm glad to be here.
We are so glad to have you. Okay, so we're going to dive right into our questions today. I am going to give you all a recap at the end. Don't forget, because, you know, we are counting down to Centennial. And then I made the executive decision to keep the last question as the last question moving forward to all Soras that will be on the show. So you're going to hear that question moving forward, and we'll get to that at the end. So first, we are going to start with, what has been your greatest journey in life so far?
My greatest journey has honestly been trying to stay true to who I am, trying to be as authentic as possible, trying to be as honest as possible, and trying to be the best person I can, be the best sister I can, be the best wife I can, be the best friend that I can. And I've found that is kind of hard. It's kind of hard to always be out there being honest and you know, standing for what you believe in. You know, there are a lot of people out here who are compromising and allowing the masses to determine who they're going to be on a certain day or in a certain situation. And so I find that my greatest journey is just being true to who I am and who God made me to be.
Well, amen to that, because that is a struggle at times, because when life comes at you,
it does not come soft.
Okay,
it comes
when life comes at
smoke.
you, if you just keep on living, life will come at you. Exactly. And sometimes it's just like, wait, what? Wait, okay, wait, what? And it's all these things that happen at the same time. And then sometimes you question yourself, like, well, wait a minute, where? Oh, okay. Yeah. So yes, I understand that. I appreciate that. Sometimes being authentic and being true to yourself is a lot harder than you want it to be. But when you stay there and you stay grounded in your truth and in that, it always comes out, you know, everything comes out clean in the wash, as my grandmother would say. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And you feel better for it, I think.
True. Yeah. Over time, you do. It could be while you're going through it, it's not the best thing or the best feeling. But once you come out on the other side, it definitely, you just like, okay, I did that. I made it. I'll still remain true to myself. I feel good. Right. And we're going to keep moving forward. So yeah, I get that. What would you consider to be your greatest extravagance?
I struggle a lot because I am a trained chef, and
Oh,
so I a lot of my extravagances deal with and revolve around food.
mm,
Um, but for a long time, I was experimenting with um, food and spirits, and so I I would have to say that my at this point, my greatest extravagance
mm-hmm.
is a great steak
Okay.
and some really good tequila.
That's my kind of woman right there.
You know,
Me and tequila are really good friends.
I think I like you.
So when you say food and spirits, do you mean like, can you elaborate more on what you mean by food and spirits?
Well, when you cook, um, there are certain, for example, when you make beef, for example,
Mm-hmm.
beef generally is very dense. And
Right.
so you need something to tenderize it, unless you have, the money to buy, super, super tenderized pieces. You need something to kind of cut that thickness
Mm-hmm.
and make it fall off the bone, as they would say.
Okay.
And so what I was experimenting with was I would take, for example, a tenderloin,
Mm-hmm.
and I would marinate it in some Jack Daniels.
Ooh, okay.
And right, and it was so awesome. It was like a party in my mouth. It was it's just beautiful. And then I started, a friend of mine from culinary school, she gave me a recipe for a tequila chutney to go on her fish.
Oh, that sounds so good.
It was so good. And so,
That
and
sounds
so,
amazing.
and so that gave me the idea, because I love salmon. And
Okay.
so that gave me the idea to experiment with salmon and tequila.
Hmm.
And oh my
Salmon and
God,
tequila.
it's
Okay.
just it's just a party in your mouth. I mean, I don't know, something about when you cook tequila,
Mm-hmm.
it it changes how the spirit tastes.
Hmm.
And then mixing it with a fish, which isn't heavy,
Right.
even though salmon is a
Heavier.
oilier fish.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could do it with the catfish, you can do it with the halibut. A halibut is actually awesome with tequila. And then make some pico de gallo, and instead of using the salt, use
Mm-hmm.
tequila,
Hmm.
and it's just so much fun. I mean, you know, and
That
then I
that
I
sounds
did
really interesting.
yeah, and then I did lamb chops with wild turkey.
Okay. That's the whiskey, right?
It is,
Okay.
and it's
Okay.
it's it's pretty good. I mean,
Now,
so
see, I've experimented with doing a fish and like honey Jack Daniels before. So I've
mhm,
done like um I made a marinade. It was like honey jack, a few different seasonings, and then I let
sure, sure.
let it marinate, let the salmon like marinate overnight, and
Uh-huh.
then I grilled it and brushed it on there, and it was just like, ah, this is heaven. it
Yes.
was it was so yummy.
Yeah. Yeah. I do for my chapter. I was helping with the cradle care program,
Mm-hmm.
and part of the cradle care program that the Sora Roten had, she incorporated birthing classes and breastfeeding and all that, but she also
Mm-hmm.
had a cooking class.
Okay.
And so during that cooking class, one time, I did a salmon with sriracha, honey, and Jack Daniels, and
Sriracha
it,
honey. Okay, Jack
yeah,
Daniels. Okay.
right, and it
Okay.
was pretty good. I mean, I was that was my first time doing it, and it was actually really good. So yes, it was like a tablespoon of sriracha, um, 2.5 tablespoons of honey, and then I just kind of did the Jack Daniels until it kind of broke it up and made it just
Mm.
juicy. So
I hope y'all writing this down. Okay. Catch these recipes. We be giving you all kinds of stuff every time, every conversation is something different. So I hope you catching
yeah,
these recipes.
yeah,
Okay. Just
yeah.
write that down. I'm just saying. Because I'm gonna try it later
Well,
and
I
then I'm
mean,
gonna
and then
tell you
yeah,
about it.
yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah. And
try
I
it
mean,
and
well,
be like,
you got to add salt and pepper, and but
yeah.
it turned out pretty good.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that.
I
And then
can
I'm
email you,
yeah, and then I'm gonna be like, Sora Lennix,
offline.
Sora Lennix, Sora Lennix, OMG. Okay. I talk about food a lot. I always end up talking about food in some capacity because I love, to cook
I'm
and I love to try new
I'm not
recipes
mad
and
at you.
stuff,
I'm not mad.
and then because I love to travel too. So every time I'm out of town, I always like I'm trying to get some local things as well. So I'm a bit of a
So
foodie, but
and you should be.
yeah,
Food
I
is
mean everybody should be because
awesome.
food is amazing and just saying
It
you
is.
need
It
it
is.
for nourishment of your body.
I agree.
Okay, I was about to go into a whole sermon, but I'm not gonna do that right now.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay, but we can do
but
that offline. We can do that
yeah, we can do
offline.
that offline. We can do that. We can do that later. But everybody should be somewhat of a foodie, and I don't understand how people are super picky eaters because it's just like you're missing out on half the goodness of life. Anyways,
Well,
we're gonna.
I grew up. I'm sure a lot of people grew up this way too. You if you don't eat what's on the plate, you don't
Oh,
get dessert,
yeah,
right?
my grandparents. Yes,
Right. So I
yes,
mean, I grew up at least willing to try,
yeah.
and then I got the cake, the pie, the cookies, whatever. And sometimes, the cake or the pie, the cookies weren't worth it, but
Facts.
just saying.
Sometimes they
But
wasn't. But if it was lima beans on the plate, I was just sitting at the kitchen table because I refuse.
hey, I feel
I
the
refuse.
same way about butter beans. So there you
I,
go.
I refuse because lima beans, I'd be like,
Yeah, yeah,
everything else is off the plate. Lima
yeah.
beans, is it bedtime yet? Because
I I'm just
they not
wait. Can I just wash the dishes and go to
right.
bed? Because
Because
this is not going to work.
it's not
Okay,
happening today. I will
just
sit at this
saying.
kitchen table all night long
Wait
before I eat
until the
these
kitchen
beans.
table disintegrates. I am not trying to hear that. I'm
Before I
trying to
put
tell
these
you.
lima beans in my mouth. No, thank you.
Exactly. Just saying. Just saying. Keeping it,
No,
what they say now, I'm keeping it 100. I'm just,
right. Keeping it all the way 100. Okay. Because we not doing the lima beans. No, ma'am. So what is something about you that only your family or close friends would know?
that's a hard one because um, I don't have a lot of secrets. I'm not very mysterious. I wish I was. Um, but
It's
I'm
nothing
not.
wrong with being an open book. There's
Um,
nothing wrong with that.
I mean, oh, well, okay. Um, people know that too. I I don't.
So listen, check this out. So Sora Lennix is she's an open book. That's what I heard. And that's okay, because it's nothing wrong with being transparent about who you are, which goes back to earlier in our conversation, why she said she was, being open and honest and true to herself and keeping it 100. So if she don't have no secrets, there's nothing wrong with that. Transparency is a good thing. So we're just gonna leave that at that because who needs to have secrets all the time? Can be a burden anyway. Who wants that? Nobody.
Yeah.
Do you have any pet peeves?
I think my biggest pet peeve is when people drag their feet.
Mm.
The other day I was in the grocery store and this person was dragging their feet, and it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. And so I found myself doing everything I could possibly do to avoid this person
And you kept
because
running into them.
oh my goodness, it was like they were following me. And
that's normally
like
how
in the
it works.
back of my mind, I kept saying, pick up your feet, pick up your feet, pick up your feet, pick up your feet. So I think that is my biggest because
oh man, listen.
I'm just saying.
That is one that can irk a nerve. It can definitely irk a nerve.
And I couldn't escape them. They were like gnats in the summertime. I just could not get away. And I just like, pick up your feet. Would you pick up your feet?
Like, how about you go over there? Way over there. You go on the other side of the store. Let me be on this side of the store. And then when it's time for me to go on that side, let's switch.
Oh.
You go on this side and then I'll go on that side. And that way I don't have to see you in your dragging feet because you working my nerves right now.
So wrong.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious. If you could live in another country, where would it be and why?
Italy.
Ooh, amazing food there. Oh, sorry.
So many benefits. The food is good.
Yeah.
The coffee is good. The chocolate is good. The cookies. And then all of the different regions and
yeah.
Oh my gracious.
And they make wine there.
And you just said it. They make such good wine. And the weather is nice. It's right on the I don't have a bikini body, but I would go swimming out there. I just
listen, as many times as I have been on vacation, and some of these people don't have bikini bodies, but they still in the two-piece. Okay, you can wear what you want to wear, okay, and be happy about it because you go out of town, you see some things, and you just be like, oh. Okay, is that how you were feeling this morning? Say, I'm gonna put this on and it's gonna be cute. Yeah, girl. You real.
Wait, is that how we're doing things today? I didn't get the memo. Sorry.
I didn't get the memo either. I just be like, oh, okay, I see how this is working.
That's a big wide eye open moment.
Listen, every time I'm on somebody's beach, it's like,
yeah.
What are you doing? Put that away.
Not what are you doing? Why are you doing it?
Why?
Just why?
Why is a better question.
Stop it.
I agree with that. Why is it? Please stop.
For everybody's sake.
Put it away. We don't want to see that.
It's unfortunate. Man.
It is very unfortunate, and it's everywhere. It's rampant. It's not specific to any one country or place or region. It's just it's all over. Everywhere. It's everywhere. Unfortunately, I can see, and I just be like, "Ooh, I can't unsee that."
Right, like I need bleach for my eyes. I don't
like I can't unsee it, and it's there, and it's there forever. Okay.
And it's hurtful.
Yeah, it hurts my vision.
Like it hurts. No, it hurts like down and
it hurts that too. You hurt my soul.
Right. It hurts.
Please put that up.
That you don't even think about. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Don't
It's
do it
like,
again.
why is this a thing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Please stop. Thank you. Please
Oh
stop
my
and
God.
thank you.
Your parents and your grandparents want you to stop right now.
Your ancestor said, cut that out. Okay. Just cut it out.
Mm.
I tell you, amazing,
Yeah,
and not in a good way.
I agree. I
it's
agree.
it's it's just too much sometimes. But people gonna be people, and they gonna do what they want to do, and you just have to let them be
Sadly,
them. You just have to
yeah.
let them be themselves. And all you can do is be yourself, and just
And
roll
be
with
ready
the
for the
punches.
YouTube video to come.
Listen, because social media is out here rampant
Oh,
nowadays. Okay, somebody is
so
about to get rich. They're gonna create an NFT off of you. Okay,
oh my goodness.
let's be clear.
Oh.
Somebody is gonna make some money off of that, and it won't be you.
Wait, and right, and you won't get a dime. That's the sad part.
That is
Oh
the
wow.
extreme sad part.
You
Oh
you are out
man.
here looking terrible. Someone is recording you for
Yes,
posterity and you won't get
yes.
a dime.
You're
That's
not getting nothing because they're gonna
oh
put you on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter,
everything.
Instagram, everything.
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 And
Terrible.
all you'll be able to say is that's me or it's not me. But
Right.
everybody's gonna know it's you.
Right.
So you. I'm
Yeah.
so glad most of my terrible stuff was done before the internet.
Oh yeah. My high school days, my friends and I were talking recently. They're just like, thank God. Cell phones back then were like minute phones. So it's like, I don't have no minutes, so I can't talk to you. There were no camera phones.
No,
There
no,
was no social media.
no, not at all. Wait, social media was a three-way call. That was social media.
That's all you get.
That
Thank
was
God
it.
that does not exist during my teenage, early 20 years because woo boy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was some things going on back then. It's just like, oh, I'm so glad my mom never found out about this.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, yeah. Memories. Anyway. Anywho's. Hey mom, if you're watching, nothing to see here.
Wait, my mom is not on any social platform, so I don't have to worry.
My mom is on Facebook, but she has a hard time navigating YouTube, so she'll probably never see this. So I think I'm safe. So I should be good. Do you have a favorite sorority song?
No,
No?
no. I most of the songs that um our sorors sing, I like them all.
Okay.
I would be hard pressed to pick a favorite. I will say though, there's a soror in my chapter, and I'm gonna give her a plug.
Okay.
Jackie Roten. She came up with some pretty good uh, Sigma songs when I was an undergraduate. And then, of course, there are some sorors in my other sorors in my chapter that I don't know if they actually came up with them, but
Mm-hmm.
they sing them a lot. Sorors from Beta Row. I don't want to name them because then I'll leave somebody out and then
Mm-hmm.
I'll be in the doghouse.
Yeah, don't do that
But
because we don't want you to be there.
right. So, but I believe they all were around the same era,
Okay.
late 60s up
Okay.
to the middle 70s. But a lot of the songs that they sing, I like. But
Okay.
like I said, I can't. Oh, and there's a song out of Georgia that I heard. So, I mean, I can't say that I have a favorite because I like them all.
Okay. That's fair. That is very fair. We do have a lot of really good ones. I must say, we really do. And I just be like, oh, I like that. That's new.
E-
I like
Exactly.
that.
And then you hear you hear songs with a similar melody,
Mm-hmm.
but they're different words because it's a different region,
Yep.
and you're thinking, oh,
Just like that's a different spin. I like
okay.
that. I like that
Right.
spin.
So right,
Yeah.
like I like that.
Mm.
I can't I don't I mean, out of fairness, because all of them are beautiful. I just I would be very hard pressed to pick a favorite.
Okay. That is very fair because we have some good ones. And um when I went to or listened to the Culture Pearl, the first one, and then saw the after video because I had to catch the rewatch, but saw the after video with the Soros with Pat Graham, Bonita Herring, and Life Member Number 43, and they were singing those songs, and I was just like, can we bring these back? Because I never
Right.
heard those before. Like,
Right.
can we bring these back?
Right. And I
let's
think
bring these back.
the other thing that kind of bothers me is, when I was an undergrad, it wasn't a whole lot of song creation,
Mm,
so we listened to and tried to, um, recreate the songs that we heard from our graduate chapter sorors,
mm-hmm.
because we didn't, and I'm saying me because I don't know, this earbud is like revolting, but um, I don't remember being a part of a song creation kind of group. When
Mm-hmm.
I was an undergrad, it was a lot more focused on stepping and step
Yep.
shows.
Yep. That was
And
very big in
so
the
we did,
90s, late 80s and the 90s. Yep.
correct. So we didn't do a whole lot of singing and song writing. We did a lot of, well, I don't want to say we because I didn't do a lot of stuff, but um, you know, it was a lot of step shows and a lot of stepping when I was
Mm-hmm.
undergraduate, and so I didn't learn about songs until I came home from school and I met the Soros from Delta Sigma, and I mean, they have a song for when you get married. They have a song for,
Mm-hmm.
when you're at a party. I have a song for when you're at a step show. They have,
Mm-hmm.
so that culture wasn't pressed upon me as an undergraduate, and it could have been that I didn't put a lot of emphasis or importance on it because I was at school by myself
Yeah, that
for a
makes a
long
difference.
time. So I was thinking about other things. I wasn't thinking about singing. I was thinking about,
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm here. I need to get sores in this chapter so that when I graduate, they won't have to go through what I had to go through
Right.
to basically start over from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
So that.
You had other pressing matters. Yeah, yeah. I can understand that, especially if you are, excuse me, a solo, and then you know you have everything that kind of just like falls on you to do all of the stuff. So then you got to make sure that you get all the stuff done, but remember that you're still in school, which is why you're
And
there
you
in the
got to
first
get them
place.
grades because, yeah, my parents emphasize on a regular, you are not there to have fun.
Right. You're there to get an education.
You
Okay.
you better not come home with anything less than a C, because
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah. I had that conversation several times in my life. Hey mom. All right.
Yeah, and it wasn't captivating either. So trust
No,
me.
it was not. It was not captivating at all. It was like, this is what you're gonna do. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we are coming to our last question. So, like I said at the top of the show, every guest moving forward for the rest of this sorority year that's going to be on the show, this is going to be the last question for everybody. I asked it last chat of a last conversation of Sora Merriweather. So now I'm going to ask you, if you could have a conversation with any of our founders, which one would you pick and what would you ask her?
I would ask Sor Hattie Mae Redford what she thinks of how the sorority is managing, or how the sorority is managing itself in this age of non-fungible tokens and Cash App and PayPal and all of these different ways of financial management,
Mm,
financial security, if you will. You know, Chime and
mhm,
Ally and
mhm.
um, Albert, all of these financial things that are taking us away from traditional banking.
Yeah.
And as a past Tamiokas, Grand Tamiokas, just wondering what she would think of this climate we're in economically. And then
Mhm,
I would also want to know what she would think about how those those things have translated into how we present ourselves as women and as a female organization in this present age,
mm,
because a lot of the things that our grand basilisks and our international board of directors have us involved in, simply to show and demonstrate to not only ourselves but outside organizations that we're not just a bunch of pretty faces,
mm,
um, but we actually are serious professionals, serious educators, serious entrepreneurs, and I would really be interested to know, you know, as a past Tamiokas of the Central Region, that would be one of the things I would want to know from her, because she was a
mhm.
Grand Tamioka, so she
Right,
dealt with the whole region. I just
right,
dealt with Central Region,
right.
but I would be interested to know what she would think about all of this, because uh, there are chapters that struggled, I'm sure, with, you know, just accepting PayPal,
Yeah.
and now it's as
Second
if,
nature.
right, it's
Yeah,
as if
yeah.
we never was, as if it was always there.
Right.
You know, in some of the things that I do professionally, um, I am hard pressed to get a client that pays me in cash or
It's
writes
like
a
a
check.
rarity.
Right,
Like cash is like going out the window.
right, and
Checks too,
checks.
for that matter.
Right, you know, a gentleman asked me if he could write me a check a couple of months ago. He said, "Do you take checks?" And I had to think about it. I was like,
Do I?
yeah, I could take it, you know, but it's should,
Like, do I take? I
right,
don't
like, should,
know.
wait, should
Should
I
I?
take a check? You
Should I
know,
take a
because
check?
nowadays people don't people don't um people don't even order checks anymore.
Yeah, I
It's your
have some,
debit
but I
card and
don't know
that's
where
it.
they are. They're in my house somewhere, but I don't know
Case
where
in
they at.
point. Case in point. So I mean, if I could ask anyone anything, it would be uh, founder Rever, you know, as a past grand Tamiokas, how she feels about this financial market. I mean, especially considering the fact that when she was living, um, you know, everything was either you write a check
Mm-hmm.
or you pay cash.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
know, I mean, very few people use MasterCard or Visa,
Yeah.
and now you can't live without it.
Yeah. You can't really do anything without, you gotta have a credit card for something to, if you're making a deposit, it gotta be on a credit card. If you trying to rent a car, it gotta go on a credit
Credit
card.
card.
If you trying to book a trip, it gotta go on a credit card. Like that's it. Like
Yeah.
don't use a debit card because then you get
'Cause then,
charged even more. It gotta
and
be
they
on a credit
hold your
card.
money.
Yeah.
They charge the whole thing. They
Yeah.
hold your money.
Exactly. You just be like,
Why would I do that?
Okay, yeah. So
Right.
yeah, that's financially, the financial system has definitely drastically changed over the last 100 years because, back in my grandparents' day, like, oh, you could go buy a house, all you needed was a pay stub and a handshake. They just needed to know
An honest face.
right, an
An
honest
honest
face.
face.
All they needed to know was that you was working.
Yep. Yep.
And that was it. It was
Yep.
no, we ain't doing all of this. We don't have to check no assets. We ain't checking no credit. We don't care about no bankruptcy. We don't care about none of that. You
None of
got a
that.
job,
Right. Right.
you can get this
Well,
house.
wait. And I remember my mom telling me when I first bought my house, my mom said, "Oh, well, you've got to have excellent penmanship. They won't sell it to you if you don't have good penmanship."
I never heard that
They
one
don't e-
before, but okay.
they don't even teach kids cursive writing anymore.
Oh yeah, no, that is a
And,
lost art form.
right. So, but I just thought about that. My mom emphasized, when you go to the closing, make sure you use your best penmanship. I was like, "Ma, you serious right now? Like they're not looking."
They just sign on the dotted line. That's what we care about. Just sign
Right,
it.
just sign.
Just sign. And we're
She
gonna
was
move on.
very adamant. She was
You
like,
sign this
you have to
document
have good penmanship.
and we give you some keys. Okay. Penmanship, who cares?
Right. But apparently those were things that were important in their time.
Right.
And
that's how things have changed over time. Because now you don't even necessarily have to sign with a pen.
right,
You
it's
could DocuSign it.
DocuSign or
You could
yeah.
sign with your finger.
Yep. It's e-sign,
Still
DocuSign.
works.
Right. It's crazy. And I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it kind of boggles my mind just thinking about how things have changed.
Yeah, over time. Yeah, drastically different. Well, that is going to do it for us today. I would like to thank you, Sora Francis Lennix, for coming on the show. So now it's countdown time. Okay, are you ready? You ready, Sora Lennix? Are you ready? I'm ready. So we are 159 days
Ding, ding, ding,
from
ding,
the
ding, 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 ding.
start of our July Centennial celebration, which starts on July the 12th of 2022 in Indianapolis, Indiana. Be there or be square. We are 282 days from turning 100. 100. I'm so excited. I cannot wait until November 12th of 2022 because it is going to be amazing. I don't know where y'all gonna be, but I know where I'm gonna be. I will be in Indianapolis, Indiana. That's where I'm gonna be. I don't know about y'all, but that's where I'm gonna be at.
Exactly.
Just saying. That's
just
what I'm
saying.
just. That's all I'm saying. Our next guest on the show is going to be Central Region Training and Development Chair Sora Brandy London. She is from Alpha Sigma, so maybe we can get a little insight on some things to come for Centennial. Our next conversation is going to be in 2 weeks from today, which is Thursday, February the 17th. Once again, my name is Sora Lauren T. Bates, life member number 1704. I have some things in the works of some special guests that I am working on getting on the show. So, if you have any questions that you may want to ask some other people in leadership, maybe in our organization, if they say yes, once I finish my proposal, hit me up on my Instagram. You can send me a direct message right there, L. Talise Bates on Facebook, Lauren Talise on Instagram. I am on there pretty much at least once a day. So let me know and I'll make sure that your questions are answered. Hopefully, if I can get these guests on the show, I can't announce it until I get approval. So that's why I'm not saying who it is just yet. Just think of,
putting the thinking cap on.
Just put just think big, think big, think big. So that's going to do it for us today. Thank you again for joining us, and we will see you next time on Captivating Conversations.
Bye-bye.
Bye.